Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. It's me, Promise Oderaonu again. How are you doing? Hi, welcome. Today, I want to talk about the domino effects of bad governance and corruption in government. The effect it have on the masses, the effect it has on the whole system, the effect it has on demoralizing the citizens, the effect it has on the morality of the citizens, and how or where do we start from to fix these issues. I posted something just before I came on live on my wall about the plans one of these northern governors had to release about 170,000 or thereabout former bandits or terrorists of Boko Haram to go back to the society, and some of them even joining the forces because they have sworn to the Quran to Odogu Mikolo. Okay. I don't know if okay. Yeah, just I will try to remember. I will try to remember, so I will follow you back as well. So yeah, so I don't know why we do the things we do in Nigeria. We have a government that are on the steady releasing bandits or terrorists, and expecting them to come back into the society because they swore to the Quran that they will not kill again. I don't know where in the world that happens. I mean, we have politicians that take oath of office on the Quran or Bible, depending on your religion in Nigeria, and then we still hear of many cases, many cases of embezzlement and corruption. And even when some of them are still being investigated by EFCC and they manage to win another election or get another appointment, they will still go back and swear another oath of another office, which is what we call swearing in, right? God, this shit. Which is what we call swearing in. So, how do you release a terrorist, a known terrorist, back into the community and sometimes into the military? And you're fighting insurgency, or you're fighting banditry, or you're fighting terrorism in the same country? And this is what the Israeli ambassador was saying to Sheun on channels yesterday or so, that they cannot keep allowing Hamas. And by the way, I think Nigeria should be neutral on that Hamas-Israeli issue, because for me, they are all Arabs and they are guilty of killing both women and children. So it's all messy down there. But the problem is that every time they allow these people to be on their own, they go back and, just reinforce themselves and come back and continue killing Israelites. So at the end of the day, or Israelis rather, so at the end of the day, this guy said, okay, they want to eliminate them. Their tunnels, according to the ambassador to Nigeria, Israeli ambassador to Nigeria, he said it's about 700 kilometers, double times the London Underground. So you can see how much money has been spent in cement and everything, in construction of all those tunnels, for them to just be attacking Israel. And except that Israel had Iron Dome, Israel would have been wiped off the face of the earth. Because when they send them those barrage of rockets, they don't send them one or two. You see what Israel is doing to Gaza? That's what they plan for Israel. So they think in the same manner. If you want to be a detective, you have to be a very good criminal. You have to think like a criminal. So even if you're working on anti-terrorism, you have to be thinking like a terrorist to be able to understand how they process their thoughts. So when Israelites were saying, or when the Israeli ambassador was saying, Nigeria can understand terrorism because we had these issues. Now, it's not silly, because what the man was saying was that, how can Hamas be telling us to release non-terrorists that have killed 50 or more people in exchange, and then multiple terrorists in exchange for a baby, right? Which is one civilian, one innocent civilian. So, why then is our governors releasing all these known Boko Haram members back into the community just because they swore on the Quran? Meanwhile, we know that there are so many governors, so many senators, so many commissioners that lie, embezzle funds, engage in corruption. In fact, one was even, brought to court. And he was limping, claiming that he's sick and everything, only to go upstairs to pray, remove all those things and started praying to God or whatever he was praying to. So, at the end of the day, we know that religion in Nigeria is not a basis of trust. So why is the government releasing these people back into the people? Tomorrow now they will say they are fighting insurgency in the north. But it's the government that is helping these people to grow, sponsoring these people. Since Dubai said they had the list of their sponsors, till date, we've not seen the list of those sponsors. We don't know how many people have investigated. So that is Nigeria for you. So what is the domino effect of bad corruption? We are all crying with our hands on our head saying, fuel subsidy is killing us. Keneko, keneko. Now, hi Sandy. IMF. The same IMF, the same World Bank is what, and God bless him. You see, the two people that I love so much, let me say three. Apart from P2B and Debo extraction, from the Yoruba extractions are like Sir Femi Falana, SAN, Fal's dad. Number two, Bode George, Pa Bode George. These are men that speak the truth and Pa Debanjo. See, these are men of truth. And this guy will go, Femi Falana will go extra mile to show he's really a human activist. Not the type that show where it does that say he's a human activist. You join Buhari today, tomorrow. This guy is non-partisan and he goes against the government. He can sue the government on any case. And he has told us, and why I'm laying this foundation is for us to know that he cares about Nigeria. Talking about Mr. Femi Falana. Now he cares about Nigeria. He's told us that World Bank giving us this directive, we should not listen to them. Which is what I've said earlier. These people are on their own interest, whether you like it or not. When Obama was in, Nigeria should remain as one, Keneko, 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 our diversity is our strength, blah, 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 blah. They are only saying all those things to cover their own interest. Go and look at Biden. I took my time to spend 2 hours watching Charles Tucker interview with Putin. And one thing I like, I don't know Charles Tucker from anywhere, but one thing I like about him, because after watching that 2 hours, I still watched another 24 minutes interview he did in Dubai with a Dubai interviewer. And I asked him, why did you go that length to go and speak to somebody that everybody made a pariah state and everybody is seen as a demon like Putin? And he said, every leader kills somebody. Every leader. Once you're the president of a country, you must kill. You must send your military or police to go and kill somebody, whether that person is a bad person or whatever. And that's why you have their special forces, you have their intelligence, you have their secret services. The secret services job is for you not to disclose the evil that the government does. Simple and short. And the most expensive commodity in the world is information. That's why every government have secret services, right? So he said every leader lies. Every leader kills. So there's nothing different that Putin is doing, apart from, invading Ukraine. But then the man was giving history of what he believed was supposed to be the way things are or whatever. And he gave some copies of those documents to Charles Tucker. But the point I'm trying to bring out from all of this is that we should not be the same people to put ourselves in more difficult situations. When we talk about IMF and World Bank, if you look at BRISC, Putin said that they don't understand, he doesn't understand why America did that to himself or did that to themselves by saying they wanted to cripple Russia's economy by saying stop using the dollar. Now what they did was they moved away from the dollar, which was used, and the whole GDP of Russia, dollar was almost how many percent according to that interview. Go and watch it. Charles Tucker interview with Putin on YouTube. Do you understand? So by the time they stopped dollarizing or stopped made Russia a pariah state, now Russia has everything. When I mean everything, they have everything, and they are sophisticated. They can build refineries for themselves. They are exporting gas to Europe and every other place because they have the highest gas reserve in the world, and every other thing, name it. Their technology advancement, their hypersonic, whatever. These guys, they don't need any other country. Land mass, they have land mass, massive country, the largest country in the world. They have numbers. So at the end of the day, and again, they are dealing with China, 1 point something billion, India, 1 point something billion. Now they went and formed BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. And now some Arab countries have joined, some African countries have joined. And what this thing means is that economically they are trading in their own currency. One of the things that Mr. Femi Falana is saying that we should join as well. Although I have a different view, I don't think we should join it yet. Because it's like going to borrow from let me say, you are going to borrow from Access Bank and you want to leave your account in Access Bank and go and open another account with Union Bank. My own idea is pay Access Bank up, then tell Access Bank to close your account, then you can go to Union Bank and open a new account. So if we want to leave the Western Bloc, let us pay the Western IMF and World Bank like Obasanjo did in the past, and then we can now go and join BRICS. That is my own thinking. Otherwise, it's going to be conflict of interest. But you can see the UK and America, they really want to hold on to Nigeria because of what Russia is doing in Africa, merging with, working with countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, and, So Nigeria is now a country that everybody wants to be allied with, being the populous black nation of the world. Now, that is our story. World Bank is now telling Nigeria, the same people that I don't think have our interest, but their own interest, right? Whether we like it or not, Nigeria is not working. They don't want us to divide. Dividing is not, we're not going to be the first country to divide in the world anyway. But dividing, they don't want us to divide. They want us to stay together. They're not helping us to fight whatever. They're not helping us to fight corruption. They keep giving money in form of foreign aids to Nigeria. We know they see the money. They keep giving us loans. We know they see. Now, all they now turn back and tell the same government is to stop subsidy. Now they are telling the same government that they see the hardship people are passing through. UN is projecting that we can't survive. We're having food crisis and everything going on in Nigeria. They're still telling us to go and remove the tariff on power. So now what will happen is that little light that you have, they probably will tell you that this month your bill for your power electric bill is like 50,000 naira. So what you mean is that people will be using one bulb in their house. So even if there is light, you won't on TV. In fact, if you on TV, somebody will slap you. Do you know how much to watch TV is? You off TV. You'll be using, maybe in your parlor you have one bulb and probably one bulb in your kitchen. That is what Nigeria is going to get to. So for me, when I sit back and reason all these things, I feel like the West really want to destabilize Nigeria. Because I think like the people have had it up to here, not even here, up to here already. And you are telling the government, because they are owing you money, to go and take out power. And these things are things we don't know existed. And this is why we need to even appreciate the governments of good luck Obasanjo even more. Because we used to think that they are embezzling all the money from oil. Now Nigerians are seeing things that are being subsidized. It is only this few years ago that it came up that Nigeria is actually subsidizing things like petrol. We don't even know that they are also subsidizing things like power. And we don't know how true these things are. Whether they are making it up, we don't know. So let's say for a certain or truly, they are actually subsidizing petrol and power. Fair enough. Why is it that we are already crying that the fuel subsidy is scaling and overbearing? In fact, my mother told me yesterday that what they sell cement now is 11,000 naira. I couldn't believe it. cement is now being sold at 11,000 naira. Hey, Jesus Christ. So what that will mean is that people will stop building. That's what it means. So our development will stop. Now there is food crisis. 2 governors in the north have said that they will stop exporting food to other states. That they are going to block their states from giving food to anybody. There is food crisis. The government have released the reserve. 1.2 metric tons or something like that. Million metric tons, whatever. I can't remember how they mentioned it. To release food. These are food that are supposed to be reserved for dire cases. So Nigeria is in a dire state already. So what am I saying? Why is it that this government cannot look inwards and say, okay, how can we look for this money? Yes, really and truly they need money. I'm not doubting the fact that they need money. But how can I check and fix this issue? Okay. UK announced today on the radio that they are in recession. They are in recession. And recession means once you have negative GDP for 2 quarters, you're officially in recession. Although it's very, very minimum, like at minus 0 point something, but still it's negative. So because of that, they have to declare publicly that they're in recession, right? So UK officially is in recession. Now Nigeria, and how have they been dealing with this recession? Everybody that have house, including myself, my mortgage went up by more than double. So everybody is feeling the blunt. It's difficult now in the UK. So what the UK do is that they increase the standard of, well, let me say, the cost of living of the rich, or people considered middle class, and then reduce or give more money to the poor as a welfare facility or welfare system, knowing fully well that the prices of commodity has increased. In Nigeria, they do the reverse. So they will tell you that Nigeria is a growing economy, Nigeria GDP is the best and the fastest growing in Africa, blah, blah, blah. What it means is that in the market or in the forex market, they are making those companies make more money because people that are selling food are still making their profit, whatever. And then at the end of the day, the poor masses are being the one paying more. So Nigeria is doing opposite of what UK is doing to sort of curtail their, because whether you like it or not, the inflation is everywhere because of 2 wars. One in Ukraine, one in Israel. And when war happens, what happens is that there's productivity stopped or halted or reduced in those places greatly. And as I'm talking to you, even today, I read, or even was it yesterday, they said Ukraine downed a Russia ship. So all these things are money being destroyed, food items. So at the end of the day, all these things hamper world trade and world economy. Do you understand? So there's no money in the system floating on globally, right? So at the end of the day, it has an effect all over the world. So everybody in America, in UK, everybody is suffering, yes. But what makes Nigeria so spectacular is that instead of them to make sure the people at the bottom of the pyramid are not suffering or giving them ways to help, or what they perceive to be ways to help is probably the rice they shared in December and probably the money they claimed they gave to people who don't know, and now what they are planning on doing, which is sharing these metric tons of grains and whatever. But is that the lasting solution? Instead of giving money to all these people, I know somebody like Femi Falana said give money to Nans and whatever, but I believe that the best way to make sure money goes to the people is increasing the minimum wage, at least for the workers. Do you understand? And the only thing that sort of helps every Nigerian, if you want to do it that it will touch every Nigerian, is fuel price. Find a way of making sure, even if it's only NNPC, which is the official government fuel retailing company, make sure they sell it at an affordable price. Now, I like to profess solutions on my channel or my life. So for me, I keep thinking, there's so many issues. You watch Sunrise Daily or Arise program, morning show, you watch Sunday politics, every day is our wahala. What is the solution? Now you find out that every angle you turn to, every sector you turn to, there is a problem. So I keep asking myself, these are the domino effects of bad governance. And what bad governance and corruption does is that it keeps eating into the fabrics of the society and it goes so neck deep that even the police needs an overhaul, the military, everybody is sort of dented in one way or the other. So how do we start coming out of here? Now, the simple solution to that is that it has to start from the head. Because as they say, everything rise and fall on leadership. So if people start perceiving that the president is an innocent man or a good man or a righteous man, what that start happening is that the good people in the society will start coming out and wanting to help. Society is not one person. By society, I mean every Nigerian should see the burden to do good. You come to a traffic light, you stop. On Saturdays, you come and clean your vicinity. You see what is good, you do it. You come to a place, you queue up. You see a criminal, you report. Somebody said something which is quite true. He said, in abroad, if you start fighting now, you won't know who call police. All you know is the police will come. Because they have it in their culture, in their system, not to engage with you. In Nigeria, if somebody is fighting, somebody will go, hey, stop fighting. Or if it's two girls, like we saw so many videos of two girls fighting this Valentine. I don't understand the point of it. But people will just start videoing just to post and make others laugh. That's the kind of society we have. I've talked about why we don't have emergency numbers in Nigeria and the need that we need to have emergency numbers in Nigeria. So we need to start calling police to where things are going wrong. Or start speaking up about bad things in the community. If you know somebody is engaged in something illegal, don't just try to be the friend of that person and then you call it connection. In Nigeria, somebody can come and boast and say, do you know who I am? Who do you know? I will show you I know this person, I know this person. So those are the main problem. Why we always produce the same people that think like us, behave like us, act like us, because they are Nigerians anyway. So for us to look for change, we need to start asking ourselves, how are we ourselves in everywhere we are? Are we people that condone evil? Are we people that do evil? Are we people that see evil and let evil pass away or pass by? So we need to be people that call out evil. We need to be people that do the right thing. We need to be people like Peter Obi, who always just want to do the right thing. So the more Peter Obis we produce in the society, before you know, society will be good. And we need more real men, more good men. Like I was saying the other day, gone are the days when you say an elder and automatically you think that elder is wise and is going to stand on the truth. These days is who has more money. One of the days when you go to Igwe's palace and you think, oh, Igwe palace is going to be unbiased. These days is about which government put him there. Do you understand? So we are in a situation whereby there is so much emphasis on money. And you see, once you pass Nigeria politics and go to the world politics, it is nothing about money anymore. What rules in places like the West or abroad is ideology. Everything is about ideology. That's why when they come to UN, they will vote. And when they vote on issue, a small country can say, I do not support, because they think it's not morally right. Do you understand? So everything is about ideology. So you look at Gaza, you look at Israel, you see even America is telling Israel not to enter Rafah, which is the last place, the last place that Gazans or people from Gaza, the Palestinians in Gaza are staying. You see people like UK telling them, because everything is based on ideology. Yes, you have the right to protect yourself. Oh, I believe these people are right. I believe, and you will still some people in that same country that will say, ah, no, these people are bad. You will still see even some people in UN are fighting Israel. Even though initially they probably will support that, yes, these people did you bad. But people believe, ah, you've destroyed the whole place now. Is it not okay? So that is it. Not to say which country has more money, or let me support the one that has more money. No. So you can easily see the difference in ideology, and that's why they go to places to explain. They go to a lot of interviews to sort of tell people, okay, this is what's happening. These people come and say, oh, they are killing our women and children. These people come and say they are killing, because they are trying to win your heart to join one ideology or the other. In Nigeria, we are still doing money business. Who is richer? I will support this person. We don't have ideology. PDP, APC, even Labour Party, we don't have ideology. We don't know what is right or what is wrong. Everybody is mixed multitude. So our society, from start to finish, has a very simple problem: corruption. And is now inborn in every part of Nigeria, or every Nigerian. So we need to find a way of changing that society. And the problem now is that there's so many pointing hands to the churches. A lot of people are criticizing the church, and I don't know whether to say wrongly so or rightly so, because there's so many evidence of atrocities going on in the supposed hand of, because a lot of people are turning it into a business kind of center and using the name of God to, have fun. Do you understand? So, but at the end of the day, there was a reason why these businesses start cropping up. Because first of all, we didn't take it serious. How can a governor come and take oaths with the Bible and still lie and sin and dupe and take a lot of money and commit all the sacrilege? Tomorrow, somebody will be looking at that Bible and the church and everything like, it's powerless. Because God is just being gracious to us. If it was back in the day in the Bible whereby if you lie, you fall and die there, or you have to go and kill goats to cleanse your sin, maybe people will not be doing what they're doing. So, why am I saying all this? Bad government kills the society. Bad government and corruption destroys Nigeria. And if you take your own, and you're telling another person not to take, because there's something quite important that Safemi Falana said. He said that 1.9 trillion was given as savings from subsidy in January or so. Federal government took 900 extra. This is extra from what they normally allocate to the governors. So they took 900 and gave to the states, to the governors, 1 trillion. So they're asking, federal government, you took 9 billion. And you're giving us, by the time they share that 1 trillion, do you think any of them will want to use it to work? No. That is the problem. So instead of our government taking that 1.9 trillion to actually go and help Nigerians that are suffering, they shared it among themselves on the guys that are going to use it to work. Meanwhile, they didn't use it to work. So the little money that came to humanitarian aid, which is better aid, that one even finished it. That is why we're in this mess we are. Because when one person is corrupt, and people see and know what you did with the money, what is giving you the assurance that they will not do the same? It's like kettle calling pot black. So you have to first of all remove the log in your eye before you remove the one in another person's eye. It's sad. It's sad. And that's why, how can you preach to Yahoo boys to stop doing what they're doing? When every day the news is reading that this person embezzled this money, FCC catch this person with this money, this person, that means they are doing the exact same thing. And you think the youth are not smart? So which mouth is the government going to use and tell them, oh, stop doing Yahoo? Who are you telling? Who are you telling? So, we need to be honest about these things. It's either we give up on the Nigerian project and believe that these are things. I mean, the other day I saw the list where they said Nigeria money is still not, Nigerian money is still number 10 or number 9 on the list of worst currencies in Africa. So countries like Malawi, countries like, so many countries on the list that their money is still worse than Nigeria's money. And you know that you are doing badly when you start comparing with the worst and not with the best. Once you start comparing with who came last in the class and not with who came first in the class, just know you are dropped so low. And that is what Nigeria is doing. Oh, Naira is still okay. Oh, Nigeria still buys the least fuel in the world. Then Nigeria still earn the same money that all those people that sell expensive fuel earn. That is the problem. How much is minimum wage? You are selling a bag of rice 77,000. How much is minimum wage? So, on top of that, they want to remove the subsidy in power. With all the billions of dollars that America gave to them, on top of the subsidy savings, they say they are saving trillions, yet it's not enough. An IMF that is already protecting their own interests and the money they... Because all these things are, listen, whether you like it or not, they forgive a lot of debt for Nigeria in the past. Yes, we know that. But they are only asking for their money back. They're a bank anyway. Right? So you need to pay what you owe. And every country is owing anyway. UK is owing, America is owing, everybody is owing. So now, If you are telling Nigerian government, which they've said they are going to stop anyway, so expect it to come. More hardship is coming. Hello. On your mandate we shall stand, Bola. On your mandate we shall stand, Bola. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall stand. For 4 years, that is where we are standing. The funny thing is that as I'm singing that song, I am remembering Wike singing and dancing it at Bajamila's office. The same Femi Bajamila is now saying. They've forgotten when they were using on your mandate we shall stand in the House of Rep, Abi Senate. They've forgotten when they were singing it as if it's national anthem and it was going wild on the internet. They didn't know they have to regulate internet. That is sort of a national anthem that you're supposed to officially use in an official proceedings of the Nigerian Senate. They are rubbishing it and rubbishing Nigeria, no regard for anything or processes or protocols, right? Now they are telling us, because now Nigerians are now suffering, and all those their fans that sang that song are now singing a different song. You see all those actors. You see, very soon, even Sheyi Law and the likes of Lege Miami, all those ones that think they still enjoy small. By the time they get what is happening, you see, Nigeria is like when you sell your soul, right? Most of these people, they don't see you. You see, my friend said something on my life the other day. He said that Nigerian politicians don't have their hope in Nigeria. And that is a fact. So when your presidents go to other countries for healthcare, go for other countries for vacation, go to other countries and invest so much, that means they don't have any hope in your country. That should tell you something. So Nigeria is just a cultivating ground for them. They just come to farm. When it's time for harvest, they will come and cultivate. Phew, they go. Their children abroad, their hospitals, their personal doctor abroad, their jets are always serviced. Do you understand? So it is sad. So you and I are saying, this is the only country I have. This is not be me and you. I am a British citizen. I'm fighting to get my children even Italian. So they will have option. What shall we do? Give us solution. I'm giving you solution now. Unfortunately, it is not in your own hands. Nioski. It's not in your own hands. It's in the hands of those that have power. Do not do what Femi Falana is telling you as well. Do not do the bidding of IMF. Don't listen to IMF. Simple as that. Why should you remove subsidy from power when the one you've removed from petrol is killing your population? Like, people are literally dying. Somebody went to look for work in Asaba and said they offered 17,000 naira a month with this hardship. When they said an egg is 300 naira. Egg. Bread, how much? I don't know how much they sell bread. So we should all go and get British citizens. Is that not the Japa reason? That is the reason for the Japa now. Japa anywhere. In fact, somebody said if you can even go to Togo. If you can even, the other P Square, Paul of P Square said, and I said the same thing, I'm echoing the same thing. Every family is supposed to have at least one person abroad. Do you know that if you have one person abroad, even if he's a cleaner abroad, and he sends like 500 pounds, like naira now to a pound is like 1,950 naira, right? If that person, you have only one person abroad, and that person changed 500 naira, you almost 1 million. Do you know, like a cleaner abroad, like a cleaner is like a millionaire. Do you even understand? Do you even understand? How much is the salary of a banker? I'm telling you that somebody went to look for work in a pure water factory. They said 17,000 in a city. People cannot pay their rent. People cannot send their children to school. People are dying of poverty. People can't buy food. And on top of that, they are telling you that IMF said you should remove subsidy from power, electricity. That means there will be light in your area. Now you go use your hand, turn off your fan, because the bill will go tear you. You go know what's up. How many people get 500 pounds for the UK? I said salary now. You know, collect salary. At least you know sure banker say if you work for abroad, they go pay you. You know why? You don't need prayer. You don't need to go to church for that one. You don't need anybody to prophesy. You know here if you're working, getting paid. Do you understand? We're in a system that works. Whether you're in the UK, you're in any part of Europe or America, you know once you work, you're paid. Nigeria, once you work, end of the month, you still go and beg. Sometimes, if you're working for government, you wait 3 months. There was this guy that keep begging me for money. He started working for federal government in Nigeria. He got to work for 3 months, was still begging for money. I said, Baba, sure you dey work, ni? They say, they never approve am. Say government said they go pay everything once. I say, yeah? That's what they do for the Nigerian government. Do you get that you're claiming to be citizen just declared to be in recession officially? I said it earlier, bro. The recession the recession they are saying is like minus 0 point. It's not really like it's mad. Do you understand? But they've been increasing mortgage this thing to curtail it, which is asking the middle class and people who have a little bit, because you have to have small to be not to be renting to have mortgage, right? And they were helping the poor. Nigeria is taking from the poor and giving to the rich. As a matter of fact, Dangote is still making profit. Banks making profit. So they take all these pounds and dollars from the CBN and they go and sell it to Aboki. Aboki will never travel abroad to go to carry dollar, go carry pounds. How many people get 10,000 pounds in their account in the UK? Oh, no. 10,000 pounds is a lot of money. UK is hard currency. Who has that kind of money? Come on. You know? People don't have that kind of money. The reason is, to make money in this country is difficult. It's not like America where people make a lot of money because they don't pay for their health system. And then when they break down, that's when they start paying a lot of money for health. So if you are well and fit and you live in America, you can amass a lot of wealth. In the UK, you are taxed to your teeth. We pay a lot of tax here. But once you are sick, you know the system will take care of you. Your children don't have to worry about nothing. I don't pay nothing for my school fees, for my children's school fees. Do you understand? So they even feed him there. So you have there are checks and balances. There is like the benefits of America and the UK. And for me, I love the NHS. I've benefited from the NHS. Nobody knows when it's going to break down. So I prefer pay all of that money through national insurance, pay His Majesty revenue and tax, and still manage the little I have left, right? For you to make a little bit of money in the UK, you need to do like 3 jobs or 2 jobs. You have to hustle hard. You have to pay with your blood. I understand that. Unless you have a very, very good job. So, what did you study in school? I studied IT. I've been studying IT from Nigeria anyway. So, I'm a senior analyst now. So, call me an IT guy maybe. But I've stopped driving Uber since last year. I stopped driving Uber. I used to drive Uber as another job. I'm also a signaling installer on the railway. So I used to work on the railway. I still work on the railway, but as I went, I get it. Since I came back from Nigeria, I've been chilling at home just doing one job at the minute. And that's why I don't have a lot of money now. But probably very soon I will go back to my hustling. I don't want to work too hard this year. I mean, I wish this thing can pay me. I wish Facebook can pay me. But I even stopped paying Facebook. I did analysis and I found out that I've paid over or nearly £150 to Facebook or Meta. But at the end of the day, I'm not getting paid. So guys, can you see badge? Do I have badge yet? I don't think I have badge. I would have said you should give me money or tap the screen like that. Please don't tap the screen. That's I'm not on TikTok though. I don't have all of those things. But yeah, £10,000 is a lot of money. I don't think it's easy to sort of go work for Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze is such a rich man. I don't know how these rich people do these things. Like Daddy Freeze is such a rich man and he begs for money. It's crazy. It's crazy. The guy is so funny. Like he will diss you, insult you, and still beg you for money. Actually, so foolish. I will never give it to the freeze £1. Shame buying. I won't give. 1 minute you're blandishing your rollies, and he knows how to call the technical words of all these watches. This is, he will tell you the specific name of the lolly and say, yeah, go and check the price, and then he will curse you on top and say, your papa cannot buy it. Your papa is standing there. He insults your mama. And at the end of the day, the same people he's insulting are giving him money. I'm like, I don't get it. But yeah, the guy knows how to make his money though. He will front Rolex, he's living in his house, front his cars, and people will start dashing money. Dude, man, he knows how to make the bucks. You know, that's so many years of service. And people forget that he's in retirement. He's in retirement, actually. He doesn't even need to do all of this work. So, yeah. You'll be surprised that if he's probably have a lot of employees working under him. If he gives me a job, I would do. If he can pay for my time, I'm very expensive as well. Buy my stars, pop my God. That guy is so funny. There was one day he raised money for one girl that came to say like she got duped on not got duped, like she lost her money on Sporty Bet. That day body pain that the free say he raised 800k. 800k. Is it 800k or 80k? Either 80k or 800k. The girl one died, so we were committing suicide. And the fees raised money for her. And these are the things I like about him. I don't really like his sermons or whatever, but I like what he does in terms of he knows how to handle issues. I know when the Siemens family came to him, I know so many other issues that he's handled perfectly well. In some instances, I like listening to him. But when it comes to teaching Bible, like, he's flat. I don't know if his church are going to heaven or hell. That the priest knows a lot about a lot of people, wealthy people in Nigeria. Of course now. Of course, he's in media. But that's not what I'm talking about. I don't like his stance on politics, though, right? You keep attacking church, but you exonerate the politicians, right? How can you exonerate APC? You can't exonerate APC no matter what. As far as I'm concerned, if that the priest is going to heaven, Tinubu is going to heaven, nah. They're not the same heaven that all our the GOs are going. Some people have worked so hard for that salvation, worked so hard to be holy that the priest will be there enjoying all the girls and laughing and enjoying life, drinking his this thing, and tell me that people that have been living holy, staying away from alcohol, even those vain talking, enjoying women, yeah? You go to claim say you don't marry, you go to enjoy all these girls, they talk. How many pastors they enjoy? Yeah? And you want to make the same heaven. They hate hush puppy, thank you. The guy just said, he said that cruise, you go to cruise, they go heaven. Heaven is hard work. Born again is hard work. So let's face it. And he's finding it hard to criticize the government. He will exonerate Tinubu and then he want to find a reason. And then you tell us Nigeria has been bad. So because he's been bad, he should remain bad. No, now. No, because he became bad at some point. There was a time he was good. And people keep forgetting. There was a time Nigeria was good. There was a time our money was bigger than dollar. Yeah. There was a time our exchange was bigger than dollar. There was a time we were dashing money away. You understand? When I came to this country, a pound was 250 anyway. Look at today, 1,950 naira to 1 pound, and it's still going up. My friend, actually, that is a PhD holder, said the other day that he is expecting dollar to be 3K. That means, if dollar is 3K, that means pounds to be 4K, man. We're going to be money. Another time, if I come back, I'm going to hire like 7 virgins, like they said, to be throwing flour for me on the road. It's crazy. We joke about these things, but we're talking about human lives, because Nigeria has population. When I mean population, people will be eating people. You know, it will be a taboo for you to carry your phone. Do you know in Nigeria now, some people don't carry their phone to go out? Do you know people just have 2 phones? They will leave the big phone at home and carry a small phone to go out to avoid being robbed. I hear in Lagos now, most people don't go back home. They sort of hire a dig. What we call it digs here in the UK. So you probably live somewhere. Say, for example, you're living on the island and you're working on the mainland. You have to come to mainland and look for somewhere cheaper, like a small room, and then go to work from there Monday to Friday, and then Saturday you go back home in Ireland. So people do that in Lagos because of traffic, because of issues on the road. Things should be expensive in Nigeria, of course. I mean, when you say things are expensive, not for everybody. No matter what, some people are balling in Nigeria. No matter what, some people spend this dough. That country is stupidly rich. People don't get it. Like, if you're a politician, you are done. You are good. You are good. They lavish money. When I mean lavish, they lavish money. Do you know that most of Nigerian funds end up in all these runs girls? Not to put her on the spot, but there was, okay, I won't mention her name. There was this Nigerian celebrity. she used to be on BBN, right? And then somebody went to her house and she was pointing at bags. One bag, $30,000. One bag, $20,000. I was saying to myself, hold on, man. What's $20,000? What's $30,000? That's houses, man. That's you having houses in bags in your house. Do you get what I mean? How many guys can boast of having that kind of money in their accounts as savings, as life savings? I don't have it. I'm gonna be honest. She's hanging like she was showing, oh, this one is 20,000, this is 30,000 and 40. People have money in Nigeria. And most of those money, all this money that is missing, that snake is swallowing, monkey is swallowing, ends up in big girls' pockets. That's what they used to take them to Dubai. When you see all your faves, all those fine girls and that are actresses or whatever, when you see them go to places like London, they are spending your political money. That's what they call connection. And it's corruption. Fact, how can Nigeria be better? If we have real men, there are men that you call men. There are men that you call men. There are countries that have men. You know, men that are respected. Not men. I am okay. No. Real men. Men that have integrity. Men that will finish work, go home, raise godly kids. Strong, holding families together. Because we are all from families. Think about our parents. How strong and strict they were. Big girls with houses worth 200 million plus and they don't get job. That's it. I mean, during Valentine's they will tell you, I'm the gift, I'm the table. All our money. Who talk am the other day self? It be like saying who talk? It be like saying na Shenkuti talker. All our money, there, all these Abuja girls, all these Lagos, all these VI girls. Now our money they take, they buy them all these houses. Once you are brother to the governor, you are made. Brother to the senator, oh, you are made. Do you know what that is? That's the brother to the senator. That's the nephew of the governor. That's it. You are done. They embezzle our money. Nigerians go, no, they go to farms. If I have that person's number, I am connected. I have connection. Somebody can come and introduce yourself. Do you know who I am? I'm a friend of this person. Yeah? You don't get that to you. That's it. You don't do these things here. Nobody cares who you are. Not in the UK. Nobody cares. The ideology here is that, listen, may I tell you, my two neighbors, they do postcode lottery. I know do. This one win 200k, this one win 100k. Shingbaya, they don't give me. And nobody send whoever. Everybody go their own. Nobody send how much you have or you don't have how much. The same respect they have or the same respect I have. That is it. Whether you're driving an old 20,000 car, or you're driving a 2020 car, or you're driving a 2025 car, nobody cares. Nobody can value you based on what you drive or where you live or what. There is class, don't get me wrong. When you want to enter plane, you can enter business class or first class. Of course, that's your problem. But as far as all of us land, we they go to, what is it they call them? Immigration. Or more, if you be British, you be British. Nobody cares. You are the same. You know? Either you carry big jeep, come that airport, or you enter Uber, they go. Once you come to that ticket machine, you pay the same price of money to pass. If you go and park in an expensive part of the airport parking, you pay extra. Nobody cares whether you carry an old car to come there or you carry a Porsche car to come there. That is what you call a society that is working. Nigeria, if you carry better car come hotel, they go tell you where. In fact, if you carry better car come some club, you go enter inside, go park. If you carry nonsense car come, you go park outside. So you can see from the two society immediately. There is a sharp distinction. There are some people, once they come into a club, they go past them, go VIP. Bah. If you come, ordinarily, you go stand. Do you understand? So you see that everything about Nigeria is about rich, poor, rich, poor, rich, poor, rich, poor. Everything. There is no, everybody is the same kind of treatment. Do you understand? Can you believe that the same dollar that people that are working or people that are doing business need so badly to do business, some people are getting it at a cheaper rate? Listen, because Nigeria works the opposite of normal thinking. There are some people that rely on foreign currencies to do business, to go and buy goods from China or whatever. Do you understand? Now, these people will go to bank. Bank will say no money. Now, rich people will call the MD. Hello, MD. Yes, sir. How are you? You're right. Yeah. Please, I need some dollars. Is it available? Oh, anything for you, man. Please. They will give them on CBN rate because of connection. Maybe he has like 2-3 accounts there. And you tell the others there is no dollar. Number one, we're not supposed to have a dollar, foreign currency, in our banks. And it doesn't make sense and they call it dumb account. No. We shouldn't have that. In UK, if you want to do international transfers, you pay what they call onshore, offshore charges. They will charge you. Where? Do you understand? You first change the money to US dollar before you change it to the other currency. Nigeria, you are working expressly with dollar from Nigeria. So there is no charges. No, even me that I'm talking, right? If I want to send money, yes, there is a little bit of discrepancy or a little bit of charges that the apps, because now they build into apps. If you want to send £100 now, boom, the money goes straight into the bank. I don't know if the federal government is making money from the conversions, right? But what I'm saying is those that have dollar as cash, you'll be surprised that in some churches itself, they use dollar to give offering. You will come to some events, they blow dollar. You go come to some even club, they blow dollar. I don't understand. With sabi spray, you go see person, you go there for person function for wedding, they spray dollar. Not be $1 or $100 like this. They go use and they booga. Things that no other country does. Let us stop criticizing government and also start criticizing ourselves. Other than that, nothing is going to change. Sorry, let me read some comments. I mean, if the pass gets to 4,000, big girls okay. For highline girls, fit get apartment pass men if they do this. Of course, now women get money now for Nigeria pass. Now women they carry family for Nigeria, especially. See, once you born fine girl for your house in Nigeria, you are fine. And the mothers now turn a blind eye to all those things. They know. They will say, "Oh, I can't do it when I was young like you. I did it. You know, I can't do it. I have fun." You know. The classism in the UK is even worse than of Nigeria. There is class everywhere. I won't lie. There is class everywhere. There are some hotels. Listen, there's some places you don't step in the UK unless you have a membership. This thing. There's so many clubs. If you don't pay the membership, you're not stepping in. Do you understand? If you go to some places in central London, you will see there's another type of cars you wouldn't see there. Just by coming there, if you drive those type of cars, like I was telling you that some places in Nigeria as well, they will tell you to park outside. There's some places they will not let you come in depending on the car you carry. So yes, those things are everywhere. But guess who you see there? That's the real question. If you get to central London now, or you go to Harrods, who do you see there? All those Paddington hotels. Nigerians, Africans, Asians. That's the problem. So they know our taste, and Oyibo sabi give service. See, the difference between a British guy and a Nigerian guy is that if a Nigerian guy is giving you this cup, he'll probably give you this cup on a Nigerian guy quality. If a UK guy wants to give you, he will tear your bill first. And by the time he gives you this cup, you will notice there's a difference in the way he will pack it. The same thing. If you go shoemaker for UK, there is this thing they call them. I've forgotten that chain of business that does a shoemaker. If they tear you be Timsons. If they tear you be for Timsons, for ordinary shoe, you go carry out. People they carry shoe, go Nigeria, go mend them, come back to the UK. They go leave the shoe as a sport until they reach Nigeria. You go do shoemaker. I also go do shoemaker for them. Aboki go do shoemaker for them, and come back because of how expensive Timsons is. So the service level will be different. If you see a British man serve you on a yacht or on a first class, you a black man, mumu, you go stay there. I enter first class. You go to video. No be person get the plane. No say that money where they pay extra and free money where they throw away just because somebody put you in a nicer place and you're feeling you're more important than people at the back. So they use all these things to feed on our stupidity. I watch so many videos where people are telling people to be financially intelligent, especially black people. We don't produce nothing. Instead of you driving another person's name, oh, do you know I'm driving a Bentley? Bentley is somebody's name. A Lamborghini is somebody's name. What do you have? Why not drive your own innocent and grow your own innocent? So these are the problems. Bank CEO do sell dollars to Aboki. Yes, that's what Bado George was saying. You know, banks are very corrupt in Nigeria. They would charge every poor person for every transaction, every income, every outgoing, and yet they sell dollar to Aboki. Aboki will make extra money from it. And then the next thing, they go and build massive house in Ikoyi. Now only one room you go stay. May God help us. They won't give it to the people who need it yet. It could be true, but try to understand the message. Let's make life better, because the gap between the poor and the rich is too large. Yeah. The gap between the poor and the rich in Nigeria is too large. And that is the problem. They're supposed to be a middle class. Now, what they are saying is that all the middle class have left Nigeria. All the doctors, all the nurses, all the caregivers, everybody have left. Classism isn't necessarily bad, but the question is the people in the lower share comfortable too. Thank you. Do you know, as a footballer, you pay 50% tax in the UK? So as you hear say they pay, say for example now it will be say they pay like say 80,000 pounds. You would say now him they get the 80,000 pounds, Baba. As they get and they have them, now 40,000 they collect from the 40 will remain. You go pay for your expensive cars, pay for your expensive house. The only thing where they save them is because the house, the money they come every week. They go boom, buy a house once. They don't go buy house again. As in, they don't go pay rent or mortgage. They go boom, buy a car. But even some of them hire those cars. Like this guy, Aubameyang was hiring his car. He didn't buy that Lamborghini that had a different shade of color. Because the way they tax these guys, they pay heavily. And when they go to eat, because of their class, oh my God, if you eat in those kind of places, they're begging, they will charge you more money. So they are paying more tax. And what the system is doing is taking from the rich and giving to the poor. Because they know they got rich in the first place through the poor. Because it's the poor that is going there to buy all those tickets that fill up a stadium that if you calculate it, the club will make a lot of money to pay them in return, which is about 22 players or whatever. So imagine when the club makes about 5 billion, they have to share it amongst the 22 players and the staff and everything. So they make a lot of profit, especially for the star players. So what you need to understand is that in Nigeria, we need to devise a system whereby the rich people pay the poor, not the other way around. Not the other way around. That is the problem. You will see a woman selling a little kiosk or whatever, and then government will go and be destroying what she's selling. You are pushing that woman more into poverty. Tomorrow, she go and cry to her son. Her son will say, okay, anything for mama. Mama's love, mother's love. You go carry boom, chaka boom. And then you say, Nigerians are lazy or they are criminals. Meanwhile, you wouldn't know it is the effect, the domino effect of what you did to the mother. So we need to be careful as a society. We need to be careful. We are busy lavishing money everywhere. Anything that come out, let iPhone release anything now. You will see it in Nigerian's hand. You'll be wondering, how did it come? People, they use iPhone, do gifts like water for Nigeria. So, Oyibo people, they look, say, don't be these people with the dash money through IMF. How did they buy this thing? The people, when they give them money, they say, they spend money past them. They're going to surprise, say, you know they meant. Do you know they said that the president of Nigeria is one of the richest presidents in the whole world based on what they have, and one of the most powerful presidents in the world based on what they control. Government don't control small businesses. They make business convenient for foreign investors than the local ones. Yes, as I've said it, a foreign investor will be allowed to pay lower tax to encourage his business. That's exactly what I've said. Exactly what I've said. But such support aren't given to local investors. Exactly what I've said. Where are the microfinance gone? Microfinance banks, where are they gone? Can you get any money if you don't have collateral? In fact, the banks are praying you default in your finger, so they go and take your land. For those that use their main land or their this thing as collateral, their investments as collateral. Bank want to, and the way bank will snatch your property, they pray make you default. Bam, they don't snatch it. Here in the UK, the government even shorties you to take loan as a business. I still they pay small. One loan I collect through COVID with my business. I still they pay small. Do you understand? And don't get me wrong, everything about Nigeria is not a country. Say for example, you drive through some places, tickets. Oh, my life is gonna end in few seconds. I don't know, should I come back or not? I have like 20 seconds. I think I've done 1 hour. Instagram, man. I don't know which one they're penalizing me for. I don't know why I'm limited to 1 hour. Maybe I will continue another time. Or should I come back? I don't know. let's do another time, please. I've done 1 hour already. Thank you so much for coming, and hopefully our government will do better. Hello. So I had to come back live because Instagram is limiting me to 1 hour. I don't know what offense. In fact, they even they even blocked me from coming live to a particular date. But I believe that's all beyond now or gone. But then I don't know why I'm still limited to 1 hour. But hopefully that will go soon. They're really like restricting people. I think I posted some places that Nigeria is useless or Nigeria is corrupt, and they thought I'm attacking Nigeria or it's against community guidelines. So they reviewed it and still say that what I'm saying is. But again, we have to say these things because we are spitting facts. We are saying it as it is. Nigeria is what it is. Nigeria is corrupt. I mean, the first person to say that was not the first person, but there's a time the UK Prime Minister then, David Cameron, said that Nigeria is fantastically corrupt, and Nigerian government, very governments were angry. Oh, I already said that. But the truth is that Nigerian government is fantastically corrupt. In fact, one of the most corrupt. Although they said Nigeria and Afghanistan down or one other country or Pakistan, but I like to talk about Nigeria. Nigeria own worse, to the point that other countries, other African countries are calling us generator republic. Now, the guy that was in one of the stakeholders in the power sector that channels were brought this morning in their discussions about what does it mean when they say that we're going to remove power subsidy, said something. Hi, Peter. Said something. He said that criminals. He said yes, that criminals are really sabotaging the. So, say for example, the government is actually paying subsidy, which we didn't know that the government is paying subsidy, but that they are not giving, or Nigerian government is paying for, is actually darkness. So it's like they are subsidizing darkness in Nigeria because you don't have the light. So the money that the government is paying for is ending up in the hands of corrupt people because they're not providing the light anyway. So the government is saying, okay, what are we actually paying for? So in that regard, I can accept. Okay, bro, you back. There's so much love in message. Oh, thank you, Alaji. You see, so now what they're saying is that we are subsidizing darkness. So because there is no light anyway, the government are saying, oh, so if you look at it from that angle, you can actually agree with the government. Okay, fair enough. Since you guys are paying for us to have more lights and we're not having more lights, Kukuma keep the money. But the problem is, these same corrupt people will not stop. Either what they will do is that they will say, okay, since government don't want to give us this money, Matt wait on the shop already, no fee stop to the shop. Yeah. Instead, the mat where the shop already go stop to the shop. Make the mat we never shop before. Make that mat no shop. Okay, let me bring you on. Felix, accept. You understand? Okay, you are here.
Yeah, bro.
So,
good evening.
Thank you, my brother. So, we are hearing that the government is planning to remove electric or power subsidy. So that means very soon, even if you have light in your street, you will off everything in your house and probably have only your charger working because the bills might reach 100,000 a month. I'm only exaggerating though.
Do you know I'm in Nigeria? Do you know I'm in Nigeria?
Okay, you live in Nigeria, right?
I live in
Nigeria. What part of Nigeria are you in?
Ibadan.
How is Ibadan?
Ibadan is a cool place, a gentle place, a very peaceful
place. When I asked how is Ibadan, I'm asking how is the government of what state? What is Ibadan? Is it Oyo State?
Oyo State, yeah.
Yeah. So how is that where Sheyi Makinde is?
Yeah.
So I presume you are good then. I presume you are in good hands, right?
We are in fair hands. At least it's fair.
Fair. I mean, you have to understand that sometimes we criticize our government, but some places are better. Like Abians are good. I think Abians are enjoying life right now. Go on.
Mr. Adora, do you know that immediately that news, what you are just telling me now, immediately it was announced. I'll tell you, in my estate, aside from electricity tariff that you pay personally, we still pay like 100K every year to boost our light. Do you know that immediately the government announced that news, they took the light. They just brought the light this night for 3 good days. It has never
That's what
happened.
I'm saying. We
This
don't have light. Grid is collapsing. So what are they subsidizing?
is an airlight estate. Unbelievable. Like, it was just unbelievable. Good
Baba,
3
when
3
I
days
came to
and nights.
Nigeria,
3 days and
when I
nights.
came to Nigeria, I stayed in a very, like I stayed with one of my auntie, and she lives in a very nice place, right? Do you believe that we stayed in Abuja for more than 24 hours, no light? ABJ.
So
I'm talking about Abuja. So,
have you seen the news this evening? Do you know that they are trying to
no.
IMF is thanking Tinubu for subsidizing fuel again? I read the news 2 hours ago.
IMF is thanking Tinubu for subsidizing fuel.
fuel
Okay, because
again.
they see that Nigeria has attacked them. Okay.
Just
They should tell us that they
imagine.
want to increase the tariff.
But
Peter, that's it, oh. Peter, that's
they are
it.
not telling us that they subsidize fuel. The government is not telling us that they subsidize fuel.
Well, I think
we are able to
I think what they said, I think some people are busting them. Some people are saying that actually they are going through the back door to subsidize fuel because they can see that the whole thing is affecting a lot of people. Because even their own people, don't forget, like P2P was telling them then, you cannot go to where they sell fuel and say, guy, I'm an APC guy, give me fuel at 500 naira per liter. Nobody will listen to you. You can't go and say, I want to buy rice. Do you know I supported Tinubu? Give me this rice cheaper. Nobody will listen to you. So that's what we're telling them, but they don't understand. So now, even their own people are feeling the blunt. You can hear their celebrity actors and whatever coming out to say these things. And we like it. And that's why Obedient now are being the most sarcastic online to go and say, no, we are standing on this mandate for the next, some people are
but you know what, Mr.
7 years.
Adora, if I see the president, I only want to ask him a question. These things you are doing, Mr. President, did you add this plan prior to coming into this government, or you are just riding on trends? What is really going on? Because to me, it seems as if this government does not have a plan. You know,
Bro, listen, I've thought as I normally put myself as if I'm president, right? That's why I prefer these solutions, because sometimes I ask myself, okay, what if truly and really, right? I mean, even by my own profession as well, sometimes you have to assume leadership and then sort of ask yourself what's the best decision in this aspect. Or when you go into meetings, right, you discuss issues. So I'm like, I'm a stakeholder, I'm a Nigerian. How can I help my country? I think about it, right? Now the thing is, Nigeria is very complex, extremely complex.
very.
And like what Pastor Adeyemi said that Adeboye told him on plane, that Adeboye told him on plane. The truth is that you see all those guys that tell you that they are politicians, that their job title is politicians. Those guys have to feed. The same way you live in your morning and go to your shop and make money and come back if you are doing business, or you go to your place of work and come back. There are people, they wake up in the morning, their job is to go to government house and come back home with money. Are you getting me? So all those people in the government house are shocking and before you deal with all of them and then be able to see people at the very back, which are people who are at their homes or their businesses working, money don't finish. Are you getting what I'm trying to say now?
Yeah.
And there's no way a president can run like the humanitarian aid that they lost money, or run Minister of Transportation or Minister of Labor like Ngige was fighting with Labor. Or do you understand? So I like how they released the FAQ. The FAQ showed the allocations.
Yeah.
The Lagos state governments are earning money every month. And one thing Nigeria has not failed, although there was a time they failed. There was a time NNPC said they did not allocate money to the governors, right? But now at least they are getting these monies. So the money you are getting, should you be owing any teacher? Should you be owing any civil servant? These are the questions. So this is why I said, for a president, that's why he immediately replaced that humanitarian aid woman. Do you understand? Because, first of all, how did you come into power? How credible are you? How transparent are you? If the footballers know that the coach is putting a particular person in the team because the team asked him to put that person, knowing fully well that the coach knows this person cannot play football. The players will get angry. They will not play to their optimum best. But
Sure.
if the players know that the 11 you selected are based on their performances or their abilities, they will play well. So a lot of things rises and falls on leadership. If it was Peter Obi that won, people are saying he couldn't have done anything. The thing he could have done is that, like Peter Obi said that his professor told him, is that a lot of things about country works with faith, with hope. People will know, okay, this man is a good man. He can do the job. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? And because he's a good man and he can do the job, because he's a good man and he can do the job, people will want to work. Good evening, Fogun. Do you understand? People will want to work because
But
if you know,
Mr. Odera,
yes,
Mr. Odera,
yes,
do you know why I buy in that sentiment? See, I
it's
supported
not even
Obi.
a sentiment; it's a statement of fact.
I supported Obi. Yeah, it's not the sentiment. That is the fact. Sorry,
Yeah,
that is my fact. But Nigeria is so complex, Mr. Odera. This country. Let me tell you something. One bitter truth. It's a very bitter truth. Before this country can walk to the way we to our wish, it will take something very. It will take a very strong occurrence. I don't know. Maybe it's a revolution. Maybe it's something. I don't know. I just don't know. You and I know.
no,
These
no,
are
no.
the
Let's ask
things.
ourselves
These
this
are the
question.
things, Mr. Dara.
Felix,
Let me. I don't
Felix,
want to lose my train of thought.
let's ask ourselves this question. Why is Ghana calling us a generator republic? What
Yeah,
happened
we
in
don't
Ghana?
have
Okay,
light.
fair enough. They said there's a revolution there. Fair enough. Okay, let's use another country. Why is South African? Why is all these African countries in salt? What is happening in Rwanda? What is happening in Kenya? It's so certain with just one president that want to work. What happened in Singapore? Just one president.
Let me
So the
tell you.
difference between Nigeria and any country that is working is just one good president, just one good head, one sensible person. Why America and the whole world is actually having inflation is probably because of Biden and how he handled the whole thing. If it was Trump there, you will see at least Trump gave the world peace. And when there is peace, there is progress. Even in the middle of COVID, we all survived. We all managed to come out of it.
I know, Mr. Odera. Try to get my point. This is what I'm trying to say. I think Nigeria corruption has eaten so deep into this system. See, Mr. Odera, look at every news that has been happening in Nigeria. They will tell you, okay, look at Dele Alake. Dele Alake came out 2 weeks ago to say some powerful Nigerians are the one mining in Nigeria. Some very powerful Nigerians. They dare him to mention their names. He cannot.
Why
Some
would he?
people are
He will
sponsoring
be,
Boko
he will
Haram.
be,
They dare them to
do you know how
some
people
powerful
often in this
Nigerians
country?
are sponsored. Mr. Dora, some powerful Nigerians are sponsoring Boko Haram. They dare them to mention their names. They cannot. You see, Mr. Dora, don't let us deceive ourselves. You see, I'll be person like you. I want to think like this too, as if
Do you know
everything can just be done
why?
with
Felix,
with a good leader.
why what you said is
But
happening is
Mr.
because listen.
Dora, sorry, I don't
Mhm.
want to lose this train of thought, please. But I got to realize that, oh my God, this country is so rotten. The corruption has eaten so deep. A lot of things as Mr. Odera, it looks as if to actually make this country work. A lot it looks like a revolution. It's so deep. There are people in the corridors
Okay,
of
now let
power.
me tell you
There are
something.
still
Let me tell you
you
something.
see that even the
Felix, hold on to your
president.
thought. Hold on
Okay,
to your thought 1 second, right?
okay.
Take for example now, I've watched some movies, some powerful movies that changed my head. Do you know there are some movies that one soldier who refused to follow others when he saw that they are trying to do something wrong, yes, he might have to pay with his blood, can save things going wrong. And there's so many movies based on that. If you're somebody that watch action a lot, and there are different countries as well. Now, take for example now, everybody has an organ. So if you're a commissioner, you're under the IG is under the Minister of Security or whatever. So everything up to the level of president. Do you understand? President has the highest power. That's what I was telling you. If somebody like Peter Obi is the president, and you know he's a righteous man, no nonsense man, everybody will act accordingly because you know your job is on the line. Are you getting what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So now, people that have things to say, so it will become a name and shame kind of thing. That this man went to secondary school to collect number of school prefects. Tell me how they are feeding you. A governor came to a school and said, give me the food you gave to this student today. Imagine, it's like going to a prison and say, give me the food you're serving these prisoners. So what I'm trying to say is that why you feel that there's so much corruption is because there is no retribution or consequence when somebody do such a thing. Can you imagine that the military guy that spoke about the 50,000 naira this thing, that they've imprisoned that?
They've court-martialed him. Yeah.
Every military guy that comes out to say anything against the military, but they will see evil. Can you believe that terrorists that were held, thousands of them were released by a government and absorbed back into the community? Some of them joined the army and police force because they swore on the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
The same Quran that state government, that all these criminals that are in politics are swearing on. Is it not your religion that you used to swear you into office and they are looting and stealing money? Is what you're telling me, that because they swore on the Quran that they will not do anything, but they will not kill again? How does that work?
Okay, Mr. Odera, like what you said now, few weeks ago, the president moved the NAS headquarters to Lagos. Okay, the president moved it. You saw the lot of threats he got from the Northerners. Even Ali Ndume, an APC chieftain, a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, very close to Tinubu, had to come out to threaten the president.
I saw that.
Yeah, you saw that interview. You see, that's what I'm trying to tell you, that this country, a lot is attached to it. If something we,
you know what
is going to work,
let me tell you something.
Is going to work, it will almost lead to anarchy. See, when Obi gets there, he will just realize that, how do I challenge this force? What do I really
let me tell you something.
The military is proliferated. The military is proliferated. What do you really want to do? The military itself, as issue as it is, so many.
I know. That's why I'm telling you that it is the domino effect that corruption is going so deep that it becomes a part of us. It becomes so endemic. It becomes so pandemic that is so difficult to eradicate. I understand. But I said, I didn't think P2B has done 4 years, and somebody else like P2B comes in. Okay, look at Abia State. That state has suffered. Look at the sharp contrast of a good governor. It's not going to give them heaven all of a sudden because of what is happening in Nigeria as a whole, but at least they can walk on good roads. At least with the power grid now, they can still have light. So all I'm trying to say is that there are some places we can breathe fresh air if a good person is a president. Now, I saw Ali Dube's threat, and I even further saw the one that one representative from the North came to do on channel. All those things the North are doing is rubbish. You can't do anything to the president. What they can do is they will learn lessons that Muslim ticket does not work in their interest, which they are learning. Now, in hindsight, I am happy with what Tinubu is doing. In hindsight, I am happy with what Wike is doing, because the Northerners felt like Nigeria is their birthright. Do you understand? In a way, I am happy that somebody is showing them how it feels to be second-class citizen, or as the Igbos may say, third-class citizen of Nigeria, when we're in the same country. When it shouldn't be.
How much of that thing do you think they can do?
So what will happen is that you will see they will be doing riots, not be riots. They will do riots. Nobody will touch president. The only other thing they could do is what Remi Tinubu have accused Shetima of planning, which is to probably pray that Tinubu buys. If Tinubu buys, automatically, do you know that Shetima was mocking Tinubu when he went to that AFCON and was wearing a nice sportswear? In fact, he even wore his cap backwards. He was doing, I'm still young, your president cannot come here. And even the second one, he made it worse. When he was coming for the semi-final, I mean the final, he even charter plane, carry some people, they put red carpet. And these are things that the president is supposed to go. Presidents have their say, but Shetima is going instead because he's weak. So these are the plans. So Yorubas might be very careful not to lose their long allies, which is the North, right? But at the same time, everybody is suffering from this banditry. And before Buhari came, who knows Fulani before in Nigeria? Fulani don't get mind. enter your land.
Ah,
It was when Buhari came that they became emboldened. They started saying, going everywhere, saying, it got to a point. If I think it was this Shetima, one governor said, any Fulani anywhere in Africa can come to Nigeria and take anywhere. That they are all one.
Mr. Dera, if you trace the real history of insecurity, this modern insecurity that we have in Nigeria, if you trace it, if you've been studying Nigerian politics for long, have you, and if you're very conversant, trace it that it was when Jonathan was about to leave power. I don't know. It started with the Chibok girls. It
It's
started
not
with the Chibok.
Shetima now. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
But what I'm
It
saying is
started with
that
the Chibok.
it was when their own person was in power, it became emboldened.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that
because
I
there's a
like what
theory.
Tinubu is doing. Let Tinubu, I want that suffer, because if the South is suffering, imagine what the North is passing through.
Yeah.
So let them suffer. Let them feel it. In fact, obedience. Remember, out of the whole Nigeria, things are more expensive in the East. Do you understand? Because food travels from the North down.
Yeah.
We don't have seaports in the East, so everything is more expensive. So if they sell rice, probably 50K in Lagos, they'll probably sell it 30K in the North, and they will probably sell it 50K, plus the grid of Igbos, they'll probably sell it 50K in the East. But be that as it may, right? Be that as it may, you will see that Igbos will support Tinubu to finish that 4 years. So that suffering will enter, because at the end of the day, we need to be smart enough to say to ourselves, if America can allow a black man to be president, if the British can allow a foreign man to be prime minister, what is stopping us from allowing an Igbo man to be president in this country? To help us, especially when we know he's not a tribalistic person, to fix Nigeria. So since they want to be stupid, all of us will be stupid and suffer for that 4 years.
That is why Nigeria is so deep. So what I'm seeing Mr. Peter saying there is nothing deep about Nigeria. See, there is many things deep about this country. You know, when I think about Nigeria, many of the times, you know, I just think that nothing can actually change. I just believe that change, you know, maybe things can just be fair.
No, Felix, the only change I see in sight is we don't need just one P2B. We need about 100 P2Bs. But I think that 100 P2Bs are there. I've mentioned Femi Falana. I've mentioned there's people like Patu Tomi. There are people like Dati Ahmed. There are people like Pabode George. The reason is that the bad people are in politics. So it's like what Baba Deboye said, that in the midst of criminals, they will not make a policeman their leader. Do you understand? So the voice of the good people in Nigeria are not heard, because the bad people are from their cartel.
Mr. Dara, this is the country that people has betrayed it. This is the country that people has done. You know, this country has been made 100 years, as in 100 years ahead. This country was rich. This country was seriously made. See, a lot of things. I just believe so many. See, when corruption has been existing for longer, the level of rot, you won't be able to. I don't know how to put it. Corruption has eaten so deep.
I understand what you mean, and which is why I said it's either we go back on military government, because if we go back on military government, what will happen is that all you have is decrees, and when military decree, na straight action. So if you say every corrupt politician, your property confiscated, bam, it don't happen. If they say any money in dollar confiscated, bam, it don't happen. All the money don't. Do you understand? It's decrees. So once there is a decree, straight law. But all these things we are doing, democracy is not for Africans. Obasanjo said it. It's not working. Because what democracy is that parties, which are made up of elites, choose somebody for us. And we saw it on TV that there were dollar passing hands. It was not a clean process and there was not transparent. So they produced 2 criminals for us and told us to vote out of them. So P2B had to leave the party, go form a small party to be able to help us. We joined in, pushed that small, then they went to the umpire. They used Yakubu to spoil the whole thing. So at the end of the day, what we need is, when we get somebody like P2B in there, if he's happy to run for the next election, we'll support him. Then we need multiple P2Bs to also held in the ministry, so his team, all the governors have to be in consonance and do the right thing. Other than that, that would be one person making an effort, other person rubbishing it. But I know in totality, a good president will go a long way. Because what a good president will do is to embolden good people. A good president will embolden good people. And those good people will come out and help serve. But when a bad person is there, a bad president, he will not put you there. Because he wants somebody he could trust. That is the issue we have. And now, there's no way Tinubu, knowing all his baggages that came out during the election and everything, both the one Atiku went to get from the FBI and America, there's no way we have all this baggage and come out and say he wants to be a saint. He who comes to equity come with clean hands, his hands is soiled. People will remind him, Baba, now we do this for you, now we do this for you, now you send, go do this, now you send, go snatch the ballot boss. So, Baba, we know what's up now. You go settle them on that level. So who you want reform? How you go change for the seats? No. That's why PW was telling you the process is more important. So if the process is transparent and produce it, then people will trust. There will be hope. Then that means every Nigerian will go fake. I remember those days where they will say, everybody come and do clean up. The reason why you do clean up in your house is because you know by the time you go to work or you're going to office, every street will be clean. And government go send the tipper where go come collect the dirty. But whereas you do clean up, you go that street no do. You don't see government tipper where go come carry the dirty. You go say, next time if they say do clean up, you go they watch TV. That is what I'm saying. It's a synergy. For you to work as a government, the people have to believe in you. Your colleagues, the civil servant has to be, the attitude to work has to change in Nigeria. Not you come to work, you're supposed to start work 8 o'clock, you start 10. 12 o'clock, you don't come out. Civil servants are the most useless people in Nigeria. Nigerian civil servants, most useless. Go to any office in local government and say you want something signed for you or anything done. They'll go frustrate your life. They'll go frustrate your life. So now those people go to blame government. They don't pay us. True, some people, they don't pay them. But there are some people that they are paying, and yet they have bad attitude. So those things are part of Nigerians, and we need to work on all of them. The problem of military is that when we have a bad soldier ruling, there's going to be more problems. Yes, once a bad person gets in there, boy, oh boy, you're in the hands of God. Do you understand? So there's no democracy. It's not people's decision anymore. It's only the decision of one person. That's the problem of military. Because in democracy, you still have the parliament, they could argue, they could debate. Like they are debating, president should have degree. But Tinubu knows that if he signs that into law, that means in the next election, they will say, Baba, you don't get degree, or proof say you get degree. So Tinubu just stop up. That thing didn't go further anymore in the Senate. Because who he has there is his boy. Yes, Ababi on Tinubu's boy. Ababi doesn't have any business being in the Senate in the first place. Tinubu has no capacity to do anything that will favor Nigeria. Of course. It's Tinubu in Nigeria. Tinubu is a French guy. He lives in France. So that's the problem. We have people who spend more time abroad than they spend in Nigeria, even when they're in office. The Nigerian president has spent more time abroad in foreign lands, and that's why Atiku was saying, we don't need all these tourism presidents. We need people that can walk. Peter said he can walk 24 hours active as president. All we have is people packing our jets months and months abroad, spending and squandering money. America is watching, UK is watching, a lot of people are watching, even Israel are watching. What this government does will determine a lot of things. And I pray they don't get the worst, because if they try to side Gaza, Israel have a lot of power. There are countries who don't fight in this world. There are people who are extremely intelligent. Extremely intelligent. Someone asked the question, he said, he asked Israel ambassador, say, what do you have? What help have you rendered to Nigeria, whether officially or not officially, during the time of our insurgency when we had Boko Haram? And the guy said, oh, I'm not going to disclose everything, because of course, is an official this thing. You can't just disclose. That guy has a lot of secrets he cannot disclose. You know, he cannot disclose Nigerian secrets, he cannot disclose. But when you come to military, Israel is number one. There are countries you can't fight. You can't fight Israel. You can't fight countries like Finland. These are people that build Intel, the computer you use. These are where you get the best of the best brains. That they say somebody is superpower. All these things you are hearing, and everything in this world is based on knowledge. Who know pass? Who know book pass? Who is more intelligent pass? That's why you hear Putin telling you that they are close to getting the cure of cancer. UK have been doing cancer research for years, and the rate of cancer is spreading. These days, even black people are getting cancer anyhow. So what is ruling this world is knowledge. Why you think countries like China is becoming superpower is because they can produce almost anything. They can take picture of anything and produce it because they're smart enough. Putin said, he asked America, let's build ABM machines together. America said no. They built it themselves. America has now produced another hypersonic this thing. UK is building one. So the world competition, superpower competition, is based on, can your country build something? Okay, we have somebody that can outsmart you. Do you understand? So that is it. Everything in this world is built on knowledge. Knowledge, what you know. Unfortunately, what heads this knowledge is schools, universities, professors, right? Our own, Chinachebe said that the biggest resource Nigeria has is not natural resource, but human resource. Now, Oyibo can make sure our government don't believe in disintegration and tell us that we are one, meaning that we must stay together. Meanwhile, they know that oil and water no dey miss. They don't say that we are two different or three different people, that we're not a nation, but amalgamation. But yet, they say we will stay together. And at the same time, they give safe routes. People like Chinachebe lived abroad. He was a professor in America till he died, even when he was on wheelchair. Thank God, Soyinka is in Nigeria, but these people spend a lot of time abroad. The same thing Chimamanda floats between Nigeria and UK. Most of our politicians have links abroad, if not lived abroad. Most of our aliens, people that have a lot of money in Nigeria, most of them have something to do with abroad. So at the end of the day, you find out that our knowledge is being tapped into a lot. Our knowledge. Can you believe that our doctors are leaving, nurses are leaving? These are people you must protect. Before China started making advancement, China made a law that once you study abroad, once you study in the West, UK, America, you must come back. And if you come back, you are definitely getting a good job from the government. The government will see to that, and government will pay you. And they had an incentive when they see that their population is getting too much, that if you have only 2 children, government will look after you. If you have more, they won't care about you. So Chinese started having to do, that's why their population sort of stopped growing exponentially. And then they started paying. And that's why once Chinese finish school, they go back. That's why you can't go to some countries and see some kind of countries' citizens there. Our doctors are leaving. Our nurses are leaving. No one looks after our mom and dad. Nobody. Quacks. So if your mom is sick, you have to take your mom abroad. We are here looking after, and then when they have anything, they don't have any resource or any profession they need, they come back to Nigeria. So they are farming not just our national resources, they are farming our human resource. And the world works in simple mathematics of demand and supply. Do you understand? The only thing UK is selling to the world for the longest time is knowledge. Whether it is their academic knowledge or their military knowledge, they sell weapons as well, yes, but they sell their services as knowledge. What are we selling? Because if you want to get a British consultant to come to Nigeria, he's going to bill you so much, right? Because he's going to tell you he doesn't like the heat. He wants to stay in his land. But if you tell a Nigerian person to come, he said, please, I want to come. I want to come. I want to run and come. I want to even carry my family and come. So we are running. Even our politicians are coming here to buy properties so that they can run here after they finish their tenure. So there is no demand and so. In fact, the demand, we are oversupplying ourselves to them. To a point that all the care workers that came don't even have work again. They don't have people that sit their help or that need their services. That they are becoming jobless here. And the same home office is telling them, if you can't find work within 3 weeks, go back. Or 6 weeks, go back to your country. And some of them are becoming illegal here. Because they rather stay illegal here than go to Nigeria, knowing fully well what is happening. And you know what that does? They will start doing more menial job, like doing car wash, cash in hand, and they will pay them rubbish money. You rather do that in the code than go back to Nigeria. And I'm talking about people who are pharmacists, people who are doctors, people who are nurses, people who are, because they will screen you very well doing visa application. They can only give you visa if you're on that top tier. So they are harvesting the most intelligent part of us to do menial jobs for them. Our government no get sense. Even if you know one pair the whole workforce of labor force, the Nigerian Labour Congress, can't you focus on your teachers, your professors, your doctors, your nurses, and make sure you safeguard these people that they will not leave? Because these are the people that drive the knowledge. That's why it's so bitter. And there's some people that know these things I'm trying to explain. I'm only trying to explain for those who doesn't know. People like this guy that just died at Bito University probably figured that out. And people like Peter B knows this. And that's why he keeps investing. If you see the way Peter B is pushing money into hospitals, 20 million, 50 million, he just keeps giving them money because he understands this thing. The way he's trying to support universities, he understands this thing. Any country that does not have knowledge, like say for example now, instead of Nigerian government or Tinubu going to look for expatriates or economic wizards to tell them the solution to Nigeria's problem, you don't even need Femi Falana to talk. And Femi Falana said something important. He said, Nigeria have an economic council that's supposed to be advertised, which is made up of chief executives of banks, minister of finance, and top people in the government, right? And another person you could easily go to, which government always rely on when they have difficult issues, is professors of universities. But Nigerian professors, how much are they paid? Oh no. Jesus Christ. I don't know what else to say. I'm done. I'm tired. Sometimes I wish I can get like the most powerful people in Nigeria in one room and talk sense into them. Sometimes I wish I can get like the most intelligent, the most powerful Nigerians in one room and pack some sense into them. Like every Nigerian doesn't need to travel out of Nigeria for at least 1 year. Solve your problem. What are you guys flying around the world doing? There are countries you never hear in the news. Never land. Powerful countries, small countries, very, very rich. The whole world will steal money from their government, come to Netherlands, pack and boom. They come do the highest policy, Switzerland. Is it Netherlands or Switzerland? Switzerland. They don't come do policy, say, no matter money where you put for our bank, we don't go check the route, we don't go check where it comes from. The economy comes strong, kakaraka. EU come, they say EU will be part of it, but you're not part of it with everything. Oh! Countries will get sense. Countries will get sense. The whole world money they need their bank back. The country is not a complex country to make a good place. The only problem is that the very complex and wicked people. Yeah, Nigeria is easy. Why I say Nigeria is easy is that even as our oil is being stolen and whatever, we still have other mineral resources. Come on. If a good head goes into that president's money, in fact, P2B has studied Nigeria and know what he needs to do, but these guys will let him do it. So we are the ones holding ourselves down. But you see, apart from remedying the society, the president has to work with everybody. All of us need to work together. And other people who need to do that work is our professors, our doctors, our nurses. These are our architects. These are highly sought for people. Do you understand? I don't care about our lawyers because our constitution is rubbish. Like our law is nonsense. Like there's so many things we need to reform. Do you understand? We need solid men in Nigeria, real men
men that you cannot push, men that understand what country means, men that understand what service to humanity means, men that can stand on the right. Like those men supposed to be like judge. There are men I respect. You see, military, I respect. I love military so much because they sacrifice their life. They take bullets for contract. Those are real men, not men that paint their nails and plait hair and hair. These are not men that want to look like woman and look feminine. No, there are solid men, men that keep their family, run their homes, make other men, make organizations. Those are men. Nigeria needs it because the more men you have in the society, that society is strong. When a country is tested during war, there are men that make sure their country don't fall. You see, Nigeria, if Nigeria goes to war, God forbid, people that will sabotage Nigeria plenty. This one, if they see espionage coming, you want now here he has no destroyer. People that will do it. You see, the reason why America survived us or succeeded in Afghanistan was that they had people who were working as translators with their soldiers, and they were offering those people escape route with their family to America to become American citizens, right? You see, in Nigeria, you don't even need to offer Nigeria anything. You say, no. Can you gonna come? I go, what are you talking? Because nobody truly loves the land. There's nobody is patriotic. Our politicians are not even patriotic. Our politicians don't even love the country. How many Nigerians, people, they burn flag for Nigeria? I saw the video today or yesterday. One outside guy was burning our flag. I said, you go burn flag tire. We will die on this mandate. We will stand on this mandate. Make una get sense. Do you understand? So what is happening in Nigeria is absurd, and that's because we have so many lapses in the society. All the leaders have to work. I'm happy with one person that came on journalism and was talking about leadership. We need to keep, and again, we need to start instilling morals into our people. When we were younger, we used to have camps, scripture union, evangelical ministries, teaching the children the good things. You have to catch them young. Teach people that money is not everything. We need to resensitize, have programs that will sensitize the people. I will be there at time. You see all these channels. You see Shehu interviewing the Israeli ambassador. I am part of that guy. That guy has shown that he's not a journalist for jokes. He knows his onion. Holding such an interview, asking such questions to one of the most you see, Israeli, they are very, very intelligent. You see, because they know the kind of trend they face, they don't show their faces. Most of the banks in the UK that these people get at, they have their own niche society anywhere they are because they know a lot of people hate them. But these guys are highly intelligent. Israeli, Finnish, all these people. You have to be smart now in this world. Knowledge is power. Is that what they say? Knowledge is power. Why is it that Nigeria is losing the best brains? The best brains. Thank God for Afrobeat. Thank God for our movies. But Netflix is tapping in straight. Sony Music is tapping in straight. Rock music is tapping in straight. A lot of our artists have left. Sinach is living abroad. Omono Boli is living abroad. Name them. So many people are living abroad. Even Ghana boy and whiskey are living in Ghana. It's abroad. It's wrong, wrong. I wish our politicians can listen to me. Please, if you have anybody in power, send them this video. Send them the link to my channel. We are stupid, like we are making a joke of ourselves. We need to fix our land and show some patriotism and fix this country. What's this? Every time tribe, religion. People will swear on Bible, they sin. People will swear on Quran, they sin. What's the point? And you're releasing terrorists based on they swear on Quran to come be terrorizing the people more. But you're holding him the camera has not done anything but spoke on radio. And against the will of his people. 5 states insisting that the man will be released, you heard him against, and you're crippling your economy. Very soon, if not this week, 1 pound will be 2,000 naira. Cement is now 11,000. May God help Nigeria. All those hates we have among ourselves, let it materialize to division if we are serious about our hate. But if we are not serious about our hate, we will come love each other and fix that country. Because one of us is sufferer. And our stupidity, if I say, person they plane they nosedive. Instead, if the other person will be pilot, he say, no, I'm going to be pilot. And you know, Sabi save the plane. all of them will crash for them. A lot of people have warned that this country is still on a keg of powder. The people who they talk to don't understand. Until it happens, everyone will look for who to blame. Anyway, their own private jets go first start. All of them go run away. But God have mercy. If you have time to Jackma, but Jackma is not the lasting solution because what it is brain drain. Religion is the complete by the politicians. Yes, but even them are tribal. Even politicians are tribalistic. Forget this thing they say they're not. They are. Why is Ayendime saying that moving far into Lagos is bad? Why are they always saying the Northerners are going to revolt? But when Buhari was there, do you know the evil they were doing? Northerners said they are not protesting. During NSAS, Northerners did not join in the protest. They are. Politicians are tribalistic and religious as well. Muslim ticket. Please. This is as far as I can go. Thank you so much. I really love you guys. And please share these videos to anybody. I need to talk to the hearing of these politicians. My message is not for the ordinary suffering Nigeria. I need people in power need to listen to me. We need to do something. We need to do something. This corruption is too much. And without good men in power, there is no way. If you are doing nepotism, putting somebody in power because he's from your tribe, your religion, there is no way things is going to move forward. And when things don't move forward, all of us stay backward. So for us to move forward, we need to allow the good people to get in the right places. So Nigeria will move forward. Thank you so much. And you as a Nigerian, wherever you are, in whatever you are doing, know that you are also part of leadership. You are also part of the whole Nigerian construct or polity. So if you start doing good things, maybe somebody will see from you and learn to do something good. And collectively, we can be a good country. There are too many brains in Nigeria. Brain drain cannot make a big impact on the country. Brain drain cannot make a big impact on the country. Yes, I can agree with you. And P2B shares on that same ideology that people should be allowed to travel out. That is going to benefit us. And as a matter of fact, it is the remittances of what do you call them? It's the remittances of those abroad that is upkeeping or helping Nigeria's economy. Because people that are abroad that have families cannot see their families go to hunger. So a lot of people are just depending on people back home. A lot of people are coming in, marrying wives and going out. A lot of people are bringing their brothers abroad. So yes, that is helping to augment things. But there are a lot of Chinese living in the UK working. A lot of Indians living in the UK working. It doesn't affect the number of this because of the sheer numbers of these countries. Nigeria is only 200 million. We need doctors. The number of doctors are reducing. The number of nurses are reducing. They are crying out. Yes, it does affect them. It does affect them. It does affect them because it's not just the numbers you are pouring out into the market. It's about how good they are. In a class of 100, first 20 is what is good. That 100 is not what is good. What you have that is good is first 20 that knows what they went there to do. The other 80 just went there for getting certificate's sake. Most of them will get married and collect a certificate. Others will go into business. So the ones that will even practice will probably be half of that 20 anyway that are good. So what you need in Nigeria is to make sure that those that are good are kept. That is the problem. That is the problem. Like I mentioned, some key powerful people in Nigeria that are left and are living abroad. These are not because we want them to live abroad, but because they are not finding it funny living in Nigeria. And that's why they have to move abroad. And there's many of them. Many of them. So thank you so much for listening to me. I really appreciate your time. And please like my post, share it on your timeline or your post or your stories. Send it to your political family members or friends. And also, I'm on YouTube. Please, I need numbers on YouTube to climb up. Just subscribe, like, and comment, and watch there as well. And it's even easier to share my YouTube link because sometimes Instagram is a bit difficult to share. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, bro. Good night.